Welcome to Coming In Hot. Thank you live from Airplay Beats for the intro music. We are recording live from Darling New Media Studios in Midtown Sac. Welcome to season 2 of Coming In Hot with Chef Cease. And before I get started here, people out there that already subscribe, please tell your friends, please tell your family, please tell your dogs, everybody that's in the house to subscribe to Coming In Hot with Chef Cease. It's an interesting conversation every single Thursday. Now, to the queen. We got the queen in the house, the queen of Sacktown desserts. We got my friend. We talked before this thing. I got a little insight about her, but we got the queen of beignets in the building. We got Jamie of Spider Monkey Studios at Arden Fair Mall in the building or on Zoom. What up, Jamie?
Hey, Chef. How you doing?
I'm all right. How's it been? Where are you at right now? Are you like in the back seat of where?
I am actually in the driver's seat of my truck, sitting outside of Arden Fair Mall because the ride never stops.
Yes. So, we're going to get started with, just your background here. And one thing before we get started, I was out and I'm always like in Sacramento. I'm always texting, DMing people like, hey, you want to come on the show. And this lady is somewhere, like I was DMing people and they're like, no, you need Jamie on. And I was like, well, yeah, we'll get to her, but let's do you. No, you gotta get Jamie. I'm getting DMs from everybody. You know who should come on Coming In Hot? Jamie. At this point, I didn't know you and I didn't know who you were. So I started digging and then I crossed paths with you at Foodie Land in Berkeley. You and Dennis came up, we chopped it up a little bit and, great beignets. I know you do way more than that, but beignets is your thing now. And we'll get to that a little bit later, but let's start with where are you from, Jamie?
Sacramento, born and raised. Sacramento proud, baby.
All right. Well, what part of Sac?
Mostly South Sac, actually. I spent a lot of time growing up in Oak Park and Greenhaven. And now I'm a Midtown child, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, big time in Midtown. So how was it growing up in South Sac? I'll say what around the 90s?
Yeah, I was born in 1980.
Okay,
so,
me too.
Yeah. So, but it's been cool. I love Sacramento. I don't know that many people from Sacramento who love Sacramento as much as I love Sacramento, but I really love it. The trees, it's very neutral here. In pretty much every aspect, weather and everything. I do not like cold weather. And so, Sacramento weather is good. I like the heat. It's dry heat. It's got all the trees and it's a nice city.
Yes, it's a great city. But one thing when I was growing up, and I don't know if it was the same with you, I always wanted to get out of Sacramento. I was always, I came up, everybody always talking about it's a cow town and this and that. And, I left for a few years and, I came back because this is my home, this is where everybody was. So is it the same for you? You tight-knit family? Like, yeah, give us the background.
I do have a very close family. A lot of my family is in Los Angeles. My immediate family, like my mom and dad, my sister, one of my brothers are still here in Sacramento. So, my nieces and nephews are here and I just love Sacramento. I don't really see myself trying to escape Sacramento. If I'm going to escape anything, it would be like just the cost of living for California. But if I could take Sacramento with me to another state, I would take it. But yeah, I don't know if I'll be here forever. I might. I mean, I don't know that I won't be, but I love Sac.
Well, hey, I see you. I see what you're doing, and I see the moves that you're making. You might be out of Sacramento sooner than later with those delicious beignets. So, like let's talk about your journey here. So you grow up in South Sac, move to Greenhaven, so you was moving on up if you're going from Oak Park to Greenhaven. so how did you get, what were you doing, or was baking always a passion? Is it something that you just did after high school? Did you have you been working in the kitchen for forever, like yours truly here? Like it's the only thing I could do, Jamie. So that's why I've been in the kitchen forever. So what was your journey like into, the baking arena of the kitchen?
Well, so when I was 15 and a half, my first job was at Baskin Robbins, and I was a super scooper.
All right.
And I learned how to do ice cream cakes there.
Okay.
And then I was there for about 3 or 4 years or so. Mm-hmm. And then I was out of food. I worked for a bank. I did finished carpentry. I was a finished carpenter for a while. I illustrated children's books. I did I helped paint murals. I did a whole bunch of artsy stuff. Anything that I could get my hands on, I did. Mm-hmm. And then it wasn't until I was maybe 23-ish. I don't remember. But I started working at a local grocery store. I don't want to say the name because I don't know if I can or not. But
no, you can. Nobody's listening.
For Nugget Market.
All right, Nugget Market. All right.
I worked for Nugget Market for a few years as a production decorator. And I got really good at it.
That's a very fancy name.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what it was. I didn't bake. Yeah. All the cakes came in from a production bakery, and all I had to do was decorate it. So, okay. So I did that for a few years. But as a child or growing up as a teenager and stuff, baking was never a passion of mine. I didn't like it. I didn't have the patience for it. I burned everything, and I was like, "This sucks. I'm not doing it." Yeah. But once I learned how to decorate at Nugget, it was fun. Okay. I did that, and then around
what time was the Nugget Market?
It was around 2010, between 2007 and 2010.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess I was 27. And then let's see, after I guess my artistic abilities outgrew Nugget Market, I didn't intend on being a cake artist. I thought I was just gonna go do something else. I don't know, maybe go get a state job like everybody else in Sacramento.
So, those parents be pushing you to them state jobs. Why don't you just go work for the state?
Right, get you a good job, some benefits, and some retirement.
Yeah,
but
simple way.
Yeah,
there's something in us that we just like the punishment.
The hard road. But I was at Target, and I don't remember who it was, but I was in the parking lot, and I heard my name from across the parking lot, and they were like, "Jamie," and I was like, "Hi, what did I do?" And then we're like, "We need a cake," and I was like, "Oh, I don't do cake." They were like, "No, yeah, we need you to do a cake," because they would always come to me when I was at Nugget, and so she asked 5 times, and I only said no 4, and I made her cake, and it kind of snowballed from there. And what was funny, because I didn't know how to bake. I had to learn how to bake at that point.
Okay. Because what are you doing to learn? Are you picking up just any book? Are you reading the back of packages? How are we getting to bake cakes?
YouTube University.
There you go.
Is what I researched to learn, and taking some of the knowledge that I knew from working at Baskin Robbins and Nugget Market. When you are doing production, It's a lot different than when you are remaking your auntie's favorite cake recipe. When you have one person wanting your auntie's cake, it's easy to do. When you have 500 people wanting your auntie's cake, you're gonna have to figure out how to simplify that recipe. So, using doctored mixes and stuff like that, I was able to actually create a system, which is more important than the recipe.
Yep.
I was able to create a system for production for Spider Monkey that allowed me to execute large numbers of custom cakes on
where
weekend.
where are you making this production line? Are you renting out a kitchen? Are you what are we doing? What are we doing here?
I was a cottage baker, and I had a 600 square foot apartment.
Hey, everybody out there, cottage baker means she's baking in her apartment
from home. Yes. With the permission of the county, of course.
Some people don't do that.
Honestly, that can't be eventually. So anybody, when you're just starting out, sometimes you ask for forgiveness before you ask for permission.
Yes. Talk to my wife at these beginning days of Nash and Proper. Oh man, I almost got kicked out of my damn house.
Man, I'm telling you. But I ended up doing I got up to like 25 to 30 orders per weekend was my average.
Okay.
And by orders, that's not just 25 to 30 cakes. An order could be a 2-tier cake with 2 dozen cupcakes, 2 dozen pretzel rods, 2 dozen cookies, because they want the whole wop, right?
Yeah.
They want the whole dessert table. 25 people.
This is a week?
In 1 week. In 1 week, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, 25 to 30 people.
Where were you storing all this stuff? Hold on. We're in a 600 square foot apartment. So this is the whole apartment. This ain't the kitchen. This is the whole apartment.
It was the kitchen, the dining room, and the living room was all production space in my apartment. Wow. And my daughter's room was her room, and my room was my room. But the rest of the apartment was a production space. And and then you, of course, have to be very strategic because like the cakes, you can't leave cakes out for days because they'll get moldy. So you got to bake first, freeze the cakes, and then do your little doodads that go on the stuff. You can do your cookies and all the stuff that's, chocolate dipped. You can do those all ahead of time. But it's a real juggling act trying to do that much stuff in that small of a space. But, I was able to pull it off for a few years there, actually. And grew my clientele. And
so when did you went from Nugget Market, and so 2007 to the year 2000. When did you start the cottage baking after Nugget, or were you still at Nugget and doing your baking on the side?
No, I never did anything on the side while I was at Nugget because it wasn't something that I intended to do. Yeah, so
it was just the lady seeing you in the parking lot.
Yeah, and it was maybe 3 months or so after Nugget Market.
Okay.
And when I did my first cake, and it was, I don't know, it was just kind of one of those things that, it was art. And then, of course, having a background in carpentry and stuff, like the building and all that was cool. And, so I was able to actually use all of the skills that I developed over the years for cake, which was fun. So I didn't feel like I was wasting anything by doing that.
So you were just all cakes all the time. There was no other job. There was nothing. You were just all in on Spider Monkey in the apartment, and that was it.
For the most part, yeah.
Well, you're getting enough orders. Goddamn, like 25 to 30 orders a week. I'm still trying to, because I'm doing biscuits this week. We got Dine Downtown this week. So I'm just doing biscuits there. Like, outside of my regular menu, and I'm all over the place. So this system had to be tight, frog ass tight.
Yeah, and it grew to that, like, because I had lots of weeks that, like, sometimes I had like whole months that I didn't have any orders. And I was like, okay, sister got rent to pay. So
yeah.
And I had my daughter, and that's the reason why I chose to do cake from home, because I didn't want to have to put my daughter in daycare. I wanted to raise my child. And it was, although I spent a lot of time in the kitchen and, but at least we were home together. Like,
but you're there with her.
School, yes. Yeah. So that was really important to me. But there were some weeks and some months that it was like, where the orders at?
Yeah.
And but one thing that I do know is if you commit to something, the Lord will always bless what you are committed to. If you say, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to waver.
Yep.
He's going to come through. And there are a lot of times that he did, because it would be like the 31st of the month. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to pay rent in just a couple of days. And then I get that one phone call. It's my baby's 3rd birthday and we going all out and we need everything, cookies, pretzel route. We dropping like mad cash on the 3rd birthday party. And I'm like, why? But thank you. So
don't ask any questions. People out there with catering, because I have, I have a whole staff, and I always tell them when they ask, why are they doing this for a 2-year-old? Why do you care?
Why do you care?
We're still getting paid. If you want to throw this extravagant and pay me 10 grand to come out to a 2-year-old birthday party, I'm the 2-year-old food truck king. If you want, I will bring a food truck. I'll be making corn dogs. I'll do whatever you guys want. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Because the money pay.
Hey, so this is very impressive. And anybody that's listening out there, that she was doing something totally amazing. 25, 30 orders a week. That is insane for baking out of a home kitchen. But like you said, there are those slow times. So what were you doing to survive during those slow times? Or was it just, give it to God, something to come in on that 30th? Like what were you doing outside of this? Because this is a fantastic story here, Jamie.
So I would take like seasonal jobs, because usually at the end of the year during the holidays, it would slow down. Like January especially was like really slow. So I would do like a seasonal job at the mall. Like I did Armani Exchange one year, and that was probably the worst one ever. I got like some really cute clothes out of it, but but it was like they hired 200 people, and so everybody got like 4 hours a week, and I was like, what am I gonna do with 4 hours a week?
Yeah.
So then after doing that, I realized that was not helping at all. So it was just a hustle, making sure I'm on top of everything, anything that was new, all the trends, anything somebody may have wanted, I knew how to do it, and I learned how to do it. And it was, I never had to like ask somebody else to pay my rent or borrow money or any of that. It was, I don't know, other than the Lord, how it all came together, but it did. But I was just hard-headed and relentless, and I was like, no, this is gonna work.
It's just you and your daughter. No husband, no boyfriend. Like, this is you and your daughter.
Nah, see, you know what? And it's so funny. Like, I've been literally single for 10 years or more, doing this by myself. And I always thought, no, that's okay. Someone will come along, to help out, but I never, like, it was never like I had that significant other to help me build this. And it was difficult. And but I would like because like people that I would date, they would be like, oh no, I'm gonna give you your space because I respect your business. And I'm like, what the heck is that? How about you come help with this business? Like,
yeah.
But I mean, you know, obviously, again, the Lord has a plan for me, and you know, I don't kick against it because who knows? I mean, that person may have changed my whole trajectory, and I may not have been here today. You know.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
mad
got the get up and go mentality. And when I say get up and go, because people ask me all the time, how do you do what you do? You got 2 restaurants, you got the commissary, you got 3 food trucks. And I tell everybody, I get up and I go. You know, like I don't know what's going to happen. We're in the restaurant industry. You know, like right now, what we're going through with these staff shortages. First, we have the staff shortages. Then we get the staff, and then we have half staff out with COVID. You know what I mean? So you get up and you fucking go. You know what I mean?
Like, I have the last 2 weeks literally covered someone's shift every day.
Yeah.
For one reason or another. They don't feel well, or someone in their family had COVID, so they were exposed, or you know, they just don't feel like coming to work. Like we get those too.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry.
You're good.
But yeah, it's really it's tough. It really, and you have to be committed to it. And so like people ask me all the time, well, what are you doing on such and such a day? Like, hell if I know. I mean, I honestly don't know what I'm doing this afternoon.
Yes.
It just depends on, you know, what phone call comes through. So
yeah, there's no plans. There's no plan anymore. It's just, you know, get up and go.
Yeah.
Hey, so all right, transitioning, you know, from cakes, and then all of a sudden, you know, we got the spider monkey doing the cakes, and then beignets fall out of the sky. Like, how do we get from the 600 square foot apartment baking, you know, 25 to 30 orders, and boom, now we're doing beignets?
So after a while doing cake, my hands needing fondant and all that, they got really tired. And like I would have aches and pains, and I didn't know, you know, why. I would just wake up and my finger would be throwing up gang signs. It was a lot on my joints. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to do something else because this is not sustainable. This business is going to live and die with me. And I need to create something that I can pass on, or that I can train someone else to do so that I can make money without having to do the work. And so I was trying to figure out how to transition, and I had no idea because people just wouldn't let me. But then, you know, COVID hit and parties canceled, and you know, I was like, okay, wait, I'm free. I could do something else. So then I discontinued, attempted to discontinue custom cakes, but I was still doing custom cakes. But I added cream cakes, which was an entire like 40 plus flavors of layered cream cakes. And those took off like gangbusters. People love them. And then Baketopia called on HBO Max, and they were like, hey, we checked out your Instagram. Your cakes look amazing. We would love to have you on the show. You should apply. And so I applied, and then went on the show. I won my episode, and then came home and was like, okay, that's it. I got nothing else to prove to anybody.
So, all right. So take me through this journey of the HBO Max Baketopia, because somebody that's been on Food Network a couple times, people think it's glamorous. I want to hear your story because you won. I always lose. Yeah. So you won. So it might be a different trajectory that you had afterwards. So take me through it. HBO Max calls, well, probably the 2 casting ladies call, right?
Well, yeah. They DM'd me on Instagram, and then they called and we did the Zoom interview and all of that. And then they were like, okay, we really like you. We're gonna put you in our final pick. And I was like, okay. And they're like, well, we'll be in touch. And I was like, sure. And then it was a few months. And when I tell you, Cecil, nothing ever happens easy for me. I don't know how it happens for everybody else, but for me, there's always an obstacle course. And I'm so used to it till I don't even realize it was an obstacle course until after it's over. But but they called, some months passed, and then they called again and was like, okay, so we're about to get ready for filming. Can you please set these dates for December aside? And this was in like November when they called. And I was
what
like,
year is this?
Cool. This was 2020. And so in November 2020, they called, asked me to set the dates. And then I was like, okay, cool. So I called my boss because I do actually work for the state. I did end up getting a state job.
Okay.
So, which that happened during actually right before the pandemic, which was also a blessing because I had no idea pandemic was going to hit and that I would need the income from the state. But telling you, God is good.
Yes.
But I called my boss and was like, okay, I'm gonna need these dates off possibly in December. She was like, okay, no problem. And then they called me back like maybe an hour later and was like, hey, Jamie. And funny enough, I was on my way dropping off a cake when they called me. They were like, hey, Jamie, crazy thing. How do you like crazy? And I was like, crazy's cool. Why? And so then she was like, well, we were thinking maybe if you can come down this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Instead. And I was like, mind you, it's Wednesday. And I have 10 cake orders that are going to be due. And I'm like, sure, I can make it this weekend. Why not? And then she was like, okay, great. So we're going to set an appointment for you to take 2 COVID tests on Friday. And then if you can drive down on Saturday and be here by 10 a.m., that would be great.
You better send me a flight.
So I finished the 10 orders.
Okay.
Got the COVID test done on Friday. And then by 4 a.m. Saturday, I was on the road to SoCal.
Wow. And
got there, met the other people that were going to be on my episode. Didn't know I wasn't supposed to meet them because they were all standing in the parking lot. And so I was like, hey, are you guys here for me? So we quarantined. Then for 2 days, quarantine in a hotel, and then we were shooting for maybe 4 days.
Okay.
And it was fun. It was great. Like, I didn't go to lose, so it was never like a thing of nerves for me. I wasn't nervous. But I went very confident. I want to say I listened to Beyonce the entire time I was there.
Okay.
That the Lion King soundtrack, The Gift, I'm telling you, that soundtrack got me through everything. I was like, whatever, I got this.
Yeah. And it was 4 days of shooting. Is it this like a season, or was this just one episode that you guys did?
This was one episode.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
4 days.
Yeah. Well, and it would have been just 3, but I won. So I had to do the winning interview thing or whatever. So yeah, so it's cool. But I loved it. And the lady, when she was interviewing me, she was like, you don't seem very competitive. Like, do you feel like you're coming to win? Or I was like, well, I'm not coming to lose. I was like, I don't sound competitive because I already know I'm going to win. I'm going to be the biggest cheerleader for that second place person. I'll be like, yeah, you go.
Yes.
But first place, I mean, like, the winner is me. And there were 2 challenges on the show, and I won both the challenges. It was a cookie challenge and a sculpted cake challenge, and I won them both. Not to brag. But
Okay.
not
Check
to
it
toot my
out.
own horn, but toot.
So, tell the people out there listening what episode, like Baketopia, what
Episode 6
okay.
on Baketopia HBO Max.
And it's only one season, or they did multiple seasons?
Nah, there's only one season right now.
Well, there's only one to look at, right? Episode 6. There you go.
That's it.
All right, so let's get back to that was great. All right, so let's get back to the beignets. Where'd the beignets come from?
Okay, so after get home from Baketopia, officially discontinue all the custom stuff and the cream cakes. We're continuing, but I would go and help Renegade Dining at their pop-ups.
Dennis and Eric, right?
Chef Dennis and Chef Eric with Renegade Dining. Shout out to them because their food is bomb. If you ever see Renegade anywhere, ask for. Look, I'm just saying, Renegade Dining's food is ridiculous. Chef Eric is a whiz with recipes and menus. Like, I call him the Rain Man of menus because he's like, his flavors and everything. I mean, the two of them are magic together in the kitchen. But I will go and help them with their pop-ups and stuff. And then someone who would frequent the pop-ups, the Ecklers, they asked, hey, do you make beignets? Because they love Louisiana and they go all the time. And I was like, I mean, there's really nothing I can't make. I guess I could make some beignets. And so I tried it a couple times. And then I was like, I have no idea what this is actually supposed to taste like. I know how to follow a recipe, but I don't know. So then a few days later, my sister and I were like, hey, let's go to Louisiana. So we went, stayed in the French Quarter and ate as many beignets as we could find. And then I came home and wrote a recipe. And then we started with the pop-ups, and then we did festivals and the Tower Bridge dinner. And now we're in Arden Mall.
All right. So he just glanced past, I just came back and I just made this recipe. People out there, it ain't that easy.
It's not. I've written several, I can't tell you how many pounds of dough has been thrown out. I tried every flour. I'm like, okay, I don't know if I should use bread flour, AP flour, self-rising flour. Like, I've tried all the flours, but you know what? The thing is, a lot of people are afraid to throw something away and start over. And when you're developing a recipe, don't get so emotionally attached to that recipe that you're not willing to change it, because you can always improve on it. And that's just what I did. I was like, and then someone would say, oh no, don't throw it away. I'm like, whatever, throw it away. I'm starting over again. Like, I didn't care. Yeah. But it's so funny. Like, when you talk to people about recipes, I always say when my book comes out, that I'm gonna write eventually one of these days. One of the chapters is going to be named The Fear of Unsalted, or The Fear of Salted Butter. That's because I'm telling you right now, so many people are afraid of salted butter. Why
do you say salted butter? Because I'm one of those people. It's not that I'm afraid. I'm a big salt guy. Like, I love salt. Like, if you taste my food, like, goddamn, like, and I'm unapologetic about it too.
As you should be.
When I just like my fingers to put the salt in. Why do you say people are afraid of salted butter?
Because most people who bake and bake with unsalted butter, and you say this will be good if you use salted butter, I guarantee you the first words that come out of their mouth is, I'm afraid. They always start with that. I'm afraid it'll be too salty, or I'm afraid it's going to be this or that. And I'm like, what are you scared of? If you don't like it, throw it away and make it over. Like, it's not that big a deal. But it's so funny to me, like how many people, but to me, I think that that's a mentality that holds a lot of people back, even with their business. Like, you're afraid of irrational things. Like, there's no reason to be afraid to try anything. Try it. If you don't like it, throw it away. Try it again. You know, whatever. But I feel like unsalted butter is against my religion. I only use salted butter.
You only use salted butter.
I only use salted butter.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, when it cooking is a little different from baking. But when you're baking, I'm telling you, if you taste something and you're like, it kind of tastes empty, it's because they used unsalted butter.
Okay.
If you taste something and you're like, damn, that was good, that tastes like mama made it.
All right, we're going too deep into your secrets here. Because I will open up a beignet shop right next to you with salted butter in my dough. I hate baking with a passion. I'm a cook. You never have to worry about that, homie.
I ain't worried about it. There's a market out here for everybody.
But so and I kind of see similar patterns with us, because it kind of seems like you're a glutton for punishment. You opened up a beignet pop-up in the middle of the pandemic, in the middle of Arden Fair Mall.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
I did.
I think you might be a little worse than me. But you are fucking killing it.
Yeah.
Like, every time, like I'm over at Arden Fair. I saw you a couple times, but it's like a celebrity's in the building. Well, you are a celebrity. People taking photos. You know, you over there doing your thing. Like, what in the hell were you thinking when you opened up in the middle of a pandemic in Arden Fair Mall?
I was thinking these festivals are fun, but again, I don't like the cold, so I'm not standing outside.
Yeah, so we saw each other in a windstorm over in Berkeley.
That was horrible. It was so cold out there for no reason. And I was like, you know what? Nope, I'm going inside. I'm going to find it inside and go in there.
Yeah. And,
you know, Arden Mall, a friend of mine actually at work was like, have you thought about Arden Mall for the holidays? And I was like, no, but I will now. And so, you know, we gave them a call and they were like, yeah, we have a space for you to look at. And I was like, okay, great. Yeah. And it just happened to be the old hot dog on a stick spot that had all the stuff that I needed.
Great location, man.
Like, great would location. You look at God?
Yes. I swear, if Arden called me and they told me to pick a place, it'll be right there. That is a great location at that mall.
Thank you. And we actually just launched, for everyone who is missing the cream cakes, a new item went on the menu today. It's our waffle cakes. So, yeah, okay. We added 2 flavors and added the waffle cake. So now you can pick from 6 different flavors. You can get beignets, the 2 standard size beignets, or you can get mini beignets with all the stuff on it, or you can get a waffle cake.
Okay.
With all the stuff on it. And the waffle cake is our vanilla butter cake. And it's amazing.
Okay. I like it.
So we're doing stuff.
All right. So we're gonna get to our next segment here. It's our top 5. You ready to play a few games?
Ooh, okay.
All right. Here we go. Top 5 of your all-time favorite desserts.
Oh, that would be apple pie.
Oh yeah.
I love apple pie.
The Costco one? Or making
no. Oh, I don't make pie. That's why I make cake, because I like pie. If I made pie, I would be 500 pounds. But no, the Real Pie Company on 24th and Broadway, amazing pie.
Okay.
There. Yeah, they have a pie that they call a consuela. It's like a mix between a sweet potato and a pumpkin pie. Oh, that is amazing.
I always look at that building like, I'm gonna stop there one day. I'm gonna do it now.
You need to. I'm telling you, you walk in there and it smells like you walked into pie crust, and it smells warm and delicious in there. I love that spot. And then but for apple pie, I like the Marie Callender's Dutch apple pie.
Okay.
From your grocery freezer.
That's a good one. That's a good one. No, I ain't gonna lie. That's a good one for sure.
Number 2 would probably be, well, actually that would be number 3 would be, because it would be the Consuela pie from the Real Pie Company.
What's in Consuela pie?
That's the one I just said was cross between pumpkin and sweet potato.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Yep. They only have it seasonally though.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I love Japanese cream puffs. Because they have the crispy top. Delicious. Chocolate chip cookies. There is nothing like a well-made chocolate chip cookie. I swear my hand, oh God. I love
do you put nuts in your cookies and your chocolate chip?
Don't mess up my chocolate chip cookie now. It's just a chocolate chip cookie. That's it. I don't want a peanut butter chocolate chip. I don't want chocolate chip and macadamia. I don't want nothing but chocolate chip cookie. Just your basic, delicious chocolate chip cookie. And I need a 5th dessert. Oh shoot, I don't know. Waffle cakes. I'm trying.
It's on my mind, so I just throw it out there. Okay. Top 5 Sacramento dessert spots. All right, I think you already said one, the Apple Pie Company on 24th and Broadway. I'll probably be there later today.
Yep. Frog and Slim.
Frog and Slim. Okay.
Yes. Frog and Slim has an espresso creme brulee that you do not want to die before you try it. Okay. They are amazing. Let me see. Shoot, I don't know. I don't eat very much dessert because I make it too much.
Yes.
And I don't eat my own stuff. You know, you don't get high off your own supply.
I eat a lot of fried chicken though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's fried chicken. Who don't eat a lot of fried chicken? Of course, Spider Monkey's Dessert Studio is my favorite dessert spot.
Of course.
Let me see. You know what? And again, because Spider Monkey, you know, I'm very partial to my own desserts, but Louisiana Heaven, I've just started stocking their case temporarily while Miss Terry is out.
Okay.
But Terry does amazing desserts as well. And she's usually the one who stocks Louisiana Heaven. So that's a great place to go get dessert too if you got a sweet tooth.
Okay.
And then I don't know. I don't really know after. Oh, no. See, I would say Divine Gelateria on 19th and L. It has amazing gelato. I just don't know if they're still open. So hopefully they are. I don't know, but go check them out. Knock on their window and say, hey,
yes,
give me that salted caramel.
Oh boy. Okay, so at the end of every episode, we come in hot on any subject that you want to talk about. It could be politics. You're a woman of God, so it could be religious. It could be anything that you want. And before I say this, I'm gonna tell you, after I say it's time for you to come in hot, that's when you come in hot.
Okay.
Because everybody just like stares at me after this. Okay. Right. So Jamie of Spider Monkey Dessert Studio, it is time to come in hot. What you got, Jamie?
I'm coming in hot. I'm coming in hot about something that is very near and dear to me, business. I love business.
Okay.
But one thing that I will come in hot on is do your research and don't be afraid of success. Because one of the things that I found out is that a lot of people are afraid of success because it comes with a lot of responsibility. It comes with more taxes. It comes with employees. It comes with having to deal with the state, the county, the city. And nobody wants to do that. But if you want to be successful, these are things that you have to do. Give those people a call. They're really not out to get you. They will help you and answer all of the questions that you have. And if you're looking to start your business, do not I would have been so much further along had I done that sooner. Because nobody ever told me. It's always, no, do it under the table, hide your money, and don't, because they're gonna ask for all your whatever. No, just get out there, do it right. If you're gonna do it, don't be afraid of it. Because what they're not gonna teach you is how to actually be a business. They don't care if you know how to be a technician. They don't care if you know how to do hair, or if you know how to make a chicken sandwich, or if you know how to make a cake. They don't care if you know that. You could know that all day long. You could be the best at doing it. And they're whatever, as long as you never learn how to make an actual business out of it. Because that's when you become a threat. When you actually have your paperwork in order and you paying your taxes and you qualify for loans and grants and all these other programs and all that, and you're able to build your business and have all that stuff in order, that's when you become a threat. And if you want to become a threat, dive headfirst into all that. Don't be afraid of it. Don't hide your money. Pay your taxes. Do all that so that you can actually grow and become something in this world other than just a hustle. Spider Monkey was a hustle for a long time, and it's just now becoming a business. And you see how quickly it happens when you actually get your stuff together.
That's hot.
That's hot.
Ooh, shit. That's a whole nother episode. I got a lot to say about it, but I can't get too deep into it. But you are 100% correct. I was somebody that got into the food truck industry, listened to food truck guys, and down the road, they always find you. You know, like this is one of those things where, you know, luckily I had my dad and my stepmom, like they had my back and they didn't let me do as much as I wanted to do because it was their business too. So I learned from them the same thing that you said. But Jamie, thank you so much for coming on. Anything else you need to say? Go ahead and plug everything you need to plug. Socials. Don't be giving your phone number out, girl. But you know, get that Instagram so you get some of them DMs from these guys listening.
Stay out my DM. But you can find me on Instagram at Spider Monkey's Dessert Studio. And before I go, I would be remiss if I did not say thank you to my mommy and daddy for always having my back. And also to my sister, Love DeMel, because she is one of the biggest parts as far as Spider Monkey being able to grow as far as a business is concerned and getting all my stuff together, because she keeps me in order. And you know, I cannot forget to say thank you, and I love you for that. She's always in my corner. So, but that's it.
All right. So for Coming In Hot, you can holler at me at Coming In Hot, Chef Cease. If you want to direct message me at Nash and Proper, at nashandproper.eg. If you want to go to our new spot in Elk Grove, look on our website, www.nashandproper.com, to order those beautiful, delicious hot chicken sandwiches if you're in the Sacramento area. For Coming In Hot, this is Chef Cease. See you next week. Oh, hold on. Producer Ash will kill me if I didn't say, please follow us wherever you listen to your podcast. All right. See you next week. Peace. Love ya.